everybody. Today we'll be making Belle from Once Upon a Time on the Rainbow Loom. A very long time ago, I posted this Belle doll, and this is the Belle that we will be making today. The reason why I am posting this tutorial now is because I was looking through my bag full of my Once Upon a Time creations and I could not find Belle. So instead of just making a new one for myself, I figured, you know what, let me just put out a tutorial just in case anybody wants to make her too. So the Belle we'll make today might not be exactly like the one in the photo I just showed, but she will be close as possible to it. And before we begin, I want to say for the sleeves of Belle, for her sleeves right here, I used Nikki_Looms. I used her puffy sleeve picture guide, and she has a photo to that, so I will link that in the description if you would like to give your Belle doll puffy sleeves. So, without further ado, what you will need is you will need a Rainbow Loom, and you will need it to be set up for the first part of the video. It will need to be set up in the rectangular configuration because we'll be making the body and then we'll be making the head. I will be using the Rainbow Loom Solid Electric Glow in the dark blue bands for her dress. I'll be using the cocoa bands for her, this part of the doll, the design down the middle and to the sides, we will have that. And I will also be using the Rainbow Loom Persian Caramel Chocolate for her hair. And in the one I made in the photo, I used the regular brown, and you don't need that, but I'm just using the Persian brown just to give it a little more color. But if you just have one shade of brown, that is fine. I will be using the Rainbow Loom Skin Tone Pack, and I also will be using 2 small pony beads for the eyes and a couple of white bands. So the very first thing we will be doing is we will be making Belle's arms. So what I've done is I have laid down the pattern of one of the arms on the Rainbow Loom. I just thought that this would be easier so then we can mimic the same pattern on the other side. So we are using double bands for almost everything in this project. So what we're going to do is we will take double white and place them on the loom. And now we'll go down 4 times with our skin color bands. And we're using 2 bands at a time. Just like this. So now you can look at this and you could lay out on your other side, like I've done here, you could lay out your double bands, and you want to have 5 sets of bands in total, just like this. So now what we can do is we can take our skin color band and we will wrap it around 4 times. We're going to wrap it around those pegs, just like this. And now what we can do is we can loop forwards. So we're going to reach in underneath that capping band, and we'll get the bands and we will pull forwards. Just like this. And now we'll repeat the same on the other side. So we're just reaching in underneath the capping band and pulling forwards. So now we have 2 arms, just like this. And one thing I did not mention is that you will want a holding hook for this project, or if you don't have another hook like a pen or a pencil or something, or even a chopstick, anything you can use just to keep the little body parts safe on your hook while we work on the loom. Because if you just take this out and put it to the side, it might fall apart. So this is what you should have. This is what they should look like. And now we can move on to making Belle's hair. So now it is time to make Belle's hair. So this is the Persian bands. So we're going to lay double bands, and we just want them right here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our hook, and we're going to go in, grabbing 2 more bands and pulling them like this. So we have something that looks like this. And now what we'll want to do is we will want to take this and pull these loops over this, pulling tight into a slip knot. And we're going to want to repeat again. So, pulling over and making another knot so that we have 3 strands. And we can just pull it tight, and we have something that looks like this. And we will want to repeat this. You know what, we're actually going to add another strand. You could either do 3 or 4. So I'm going to add 1 more, so I'm just going to take my hook, take my hair piece, pull it through, and now make another one. And we are going to want to have 3 of these little hair pieces like this. Alright, so I have made 2 more hair pieces, so please pause the video and rewind and make yourself 2 more hair pieces, and I will see you when you get back. And if you need help making the hair pieces, almost all of my dolls are made with the same hair, so you could always look on one of my other videos, because I know I went a little bit fast this time. But please transfer those onto your holding hook, and we just have to make 1 more extension before we start laying our bands on the loom, and that is Belle's dress extension. And this is a pretty simple extension. So all we have to do is, I'm using the electric blue bands like this. Oop, you can't see them, I'm sorry. I'm using the electric blue. So we're laying double bands at a time, and we're going to go down our loom with double bands, kind of like the arms, and we are going to go down 5 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 5 times down the right side of our loom, and now we'll do it again on the other side. So we'll do 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, and now 5. So we should have, on each side of our loom, we should have 5 sets of double blue bands. And just like the arms before, we would need a capping band. So what we'll do is we will take our band and we'll wrap it around 4 times on each side. And now on the left. Two, 3, 4 times. If you can get 5 times, that's great, but 4 also works. And now we'll take our hook and we'll just simply loop forward. So we're reaching in under that capping band, and we're looking for the teardrop shape. Just like this. And now we need to do the other side. So this is what we have so far. And now we'll continue looping forwards. Just like this. And now we have these two pieces and we can put them on our holding hook. So I'm just going to take them off, and now we're ready to work on our loom. And you can just stretch them out a little bit if yours come out a little weird. But this is what they should look like. Just a simple chain. And we want to have two of them. So now we can start working on our loom. Just like this. And remember, we want to have our loom in the rectangle position. So we are going, like I said before, I'm pretty sure I said it. We'll be making Belle's body first, and then we'll be attaching the body to the head. So let's begin. So for this part of the project, you will need the blue bands, and you will also need the brown bands if you want, and a couple of white bands. And you will also need the skin color bands, just a couple of those. So the first part we're making is we are making the neck. So that's just double bands, double skin color bands, whatever color you're using. And now this is where we'll start using our few white bands. So we will add two going to the left and two going to the right, just like this. And now we can start with our electric blue. So this is what we should have, just like this. And now we'll start with our electric blue, going to the right and to the left, or to the left and the right, it does not matter. And now we are going to do one more set of the white bands right here. Alright, so I could not remember what color I used here, so I think we're just going to use another set of white because it won't look that different if we mess up one of the colors. So we're going to put in double electric blue right here, and now we're going to continue the same pattern, but we'll be using the electric blue and the brown bands, so that's enough of our white bands for now. So what we'll do is, once again, we're going to the left, or from the left, I'm sorry, and now out to the right, and now we're placing double brown bands here, and now we do two electric blue on the right, two electric blue on the left. So now we're going from the left to the right, two brown bands going down, and now on the right, I'm sorry, and then on the left, but this order does not matter. And now one more time we'll repeat this same pattern. So just move it a little bit so you guys can see. So left, right, center. So our center, we're going to do, actually, I'm sorry, for our center this time we're going to do blue. I'm just looking at my picture trying to remember what I did. So we're going to go with our blue bands here. And now this part is the same. Just like this, okay? So this is what you should have so far, just like this. And now what we can do is the fun part. We're going to add our little brown bands to the side. So we'll have brown going this way and brown going this way to the sides. And now we will add, now this gets a lot easier here. We will add our electric blue, and we want to go down 5 times all the way down. So 1, 2, 3, now 2 more, 4, and 5. Just like this. So it's just a straight column down the line. And now we'll do the same in the middle and on the other side. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video, rewind, ask a question in the comments. I'd be happy to answer. I know it's a little bit fast if you're new, but if you have watched my videos, you probably know how this is going to go. And if you ever need help, feel free to add a comment because I am more than happy to help you. So just like this, we're just going down in a straight line. And if you look at it, you can kind of see the outline of Belle's dress. And this is the dress that is also, it's in the Beauty and the Beast movie, and it is also the dress that Belle wears at Rumpelstiltskin's castle when she's the maid in Once Upon a Time. So it doesn't have to be Belle from Once Upon a Time, but just keeping with my little series that I have going on my channel, I just called it Once Upon a Time Belle, but it does not have to be. So now we will add our little extensions. So just before we do that, please make sure that your layout matches with mine. So our first extension goes, this is our dress extension. We just place it right here with the brown bands, and now on the other side with the brown bands. Just like this. And now we need our arms. So one arm will go right here. Oops, was that even framed? Yes, it was. Awesome. And the other arm will go right here. And now, this being said, we can start, and the hair, you still have your hair extension, but we will not be placing that right now. So what we're going to do now is we are going to add our little cap bands. So each cap band, here's our hook, we just take a single band, we wrap it around once, and we take it off. And this is our capping band. So we'll place it across here, and we will continue that until we get to the skirt extension. And you could always loop it around on your finger, just like this, and use it, or you could use the hook. Or you could even do it on the loom, which I will show you now. You can take your single band, twist it, and just place it up. Oops. Take your single band, twist it, and place it upon itself. Just like this. So now for this, we do not need a capping band because this kind of serves as our cap band. And now for the rest of our project, we are using double bands. So it's very simple. You just take the double bands and you place them across. So just like this. Like this, and like this, and now finally just like this. And this is our bell layout. So I'm going to show you the whole thing. So you should have your little capping bands or your double bands here, no cap band here, and then from here to here you should have the doubled once upon themselves single cap bands, and this has no cap band because we have the arms there. So now we can start our looping. So we'll start from the bottom, and what we're going to do is we'll reach in here. Actually, I'll zoom in. Alright, so with our cap band at the bottom, what we're going to do is the first one in the middle, we're taking that and we're just pulling it forward just like that. And now for the other ones, we're going in like this, and now going in like this. And now we're just going to simply loop up until we get to here. And it's just simple basic looping, like if you were looping a triple single bracelet. And you could always hold back the capping bands with your finger like I usually do. So now it looks like this. Oops. And now we will continue. Like this. And now we're getting to our extension. So we'll just put our hook in, loop this forward, push down, in the middle, loop forward, and here, loop forward. So now what we'll do is we're going to reach in to the middle peg here, and we'll see what's on top. So it's these two. So we'll bring these out to the side. And now we'll bring these out to the side. So we have something that looks like this. And now what we'll do is we will take this bands right here. We'll loop them forward. And now we'll go to the side, to the left. And now we have to reach in through all of the bands on these sides to grab this set of bands and this set of bands right here. So as long as we just look at it and be very careful, we should be good. And we want to make sure we're grabbing the two bands. And it's okay if it does this, because I know we got these bands. Yep. So, what we'll do now is we're going to go into the center again, and we're looking for the brown bands, which are on top, right? Whoops. If that happens, you just go back into the peg and be very careful. So, I've got one brown band, another brown band, and I also got the blue. So I'm going to put the brown band here, and the blue band is going to the side. And if you didn't make the same mistake I did, you should have two blue bands on this side, but I just have one to lift up now. So mine is going this way, and it's okay if you were like, I went to the right there first, if you went to the left there first. It just depends on the way you laid your bands, but the design should not come out any different. So now what we'll do is we'll just go in, loop forward, go in on the other side, and we want to loop forward as well. Just like this. And now we're going back into the center again. And we are going, let's see, where are we going first? We are going to the right first, then to the left, and now to the sides. Like this. And now once again, we'll go into the center, and this time we're looking for our white bands. Go forward, and this time we're going to the left. We'll go to the right, and now we'll go to the sides one more time. Just like this, right? And now we'll go to the side. So we can always pull this out. Like this. And now what we're going to do is we have our arms. So what we'll do is we will go in through all these bands here, and we're looking for the bottom white bands. Just like this. Right? And now we will go in the middle, grab this, and now we will go in and we'll grab the skin tone bands. And this is what is holding everything together. So we'll carefully take this off the loom, and then we will keep our holding hook here between these bands, because this is the whole body, what is holding everything together. So this is what the body looks like once we take it off of the loom. My doll came out looking like this, so all I did was flip her over, and this is what the body will look like. And we're going to fix this later, but first we'll make the head. So to make the head, you will need the hair color you used. Let me zoom in. You'll need the hair color you used. You'll need the skin colors you need. You'll need the skin color you used, and you will also need your little pony beads with the eyes. And you will also need your hair extension. So we're going to start with whichever color you used for the hair, and we're going to place double bands, and you will need 8. Just like this. You'll need 8 bands. And now we can move on to the skin color. And we'll place double bands. Just like this. So now what you'll do is you will take your little band with the pony beads you slid onto it. You'll separate those, and you will take your hook or your finger and you'll just put this loop up. And now for the hair, what we want to do is we want to place it on the right side of her head. And the reason why we're placing it on the right side is so that we can go for the little swoopy look that she has. So what we'll actually wind up doing is we will wind up moving the hair over to the left side of her head, where it should be. But for right now, we'll just place it there. And what we'll do right now is we will take Belle's body, and we want to place this the right side up, and we want to place it on our loom. So we will just take the neck and place it here, and we can start looping. So what we'll do is we'll pull this back, and we're just going to loop forward to this side, and now to the other side. And you want to reach in past that eye band. You want to make sure all the hair is on the loom, because this is what locks it into place like this. And now what we'll do is we will loop forward and now to the side. So we want to reach in underneath all of those hair extensions. Just like this. And now what we'll do is we will take another band, just like this, another Persian band or whatever band you're using, and we will place it through all these bands, make sure it's underneath all of them, and we'll make a slip knot. Just like this. And now we can take Belle off of the loom and we'll do some tweaking. So this is what Belle will look like when we take her off the loom. So the first thing we'll do is we'll hide this capping band. So we'll go in through the back of her head, through any of these bands, and we will just take this band right here, just like this. We'll take this band, and we're going to want to hide it. So all we're going to do is pull, and now this band is hidden. And now the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make it look like Belle's actual hairstyle. So this part might be a little hard, so this is the look we're going for. We just want her hair to lay just like this. So we want the hair to rest on this side, right, the left side. So we're going to flip our doll around and we're going to lay the hair like this. This is the simplest way I can explain this. Just like this, right? So what we want to do is we would just want to go in through the back of the doll and through the front of the hair. And we want to make sure that all of the hair is like this. So this is what it looks like. The hook is through the back of the doll and the hair. I'm sorry it's not focusing. But the hook is through the back of the doll and the hair. Just like this. So now what we want to do is we want to take another band of the hair color you use. And this is our doll, right? So we want to take it, put it on the hook, pull all the hair onto the hook, pull the body through the band, just like this. And we want to pull this back on. And now all we're going to do is make a little slip knot. And we can hide that. So I realized that the hair part of the doll, it was hard to see because the camera kept going in and out of focus. So I just want to say, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. But all we did is, I'll show you again. All we did is we went through the body, okay? And the hair was right here. So we went through the body. Let's just say, pretend there's hair here. And what we did is you just take all the hair and you put it on the hook like this. This is just a little bit of the hair. And then what you do is you take the hair color. This isn't it, but you take your little hair color, whichever one you were using. You place one band on, and then you take all the little hair pieces to pull it over. You pull that band, which you just pulled through the hair, over. You pull it through all of these bands here, okay? Just like this. And then you have something that looks like this. So then you just take the other band on your finger, you pull it here, and this you would just simply make a little slip knot. And I'll actually do that now. And I know that was hard to see, I'm sorry. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I could probably even make another little video. But just like this. And this is what your bell will look like. So we have a doll that looks like this, right? So what we'll do is we're going to go in just like this. This is what we'll do. We're going to go in with our hook, and we're going to go in through this side, and we need one of our electric bands, so I just have to flip her over since I'm left-handed, but we want to pull both the dress extension and the dress over like this, and we want to make a slip knot. Just like this. And now the next thing we'll do is we'll do it the same to the other side. So what we'll do is we have Belle here. So this will be a little bit easier. So we'll just go in, put this on the hook, and if you couldn't see it on the other way, this is the way you do it. You go in, put it on the hook, add another band, and simply just pull. And you could always hide the slip knots in the back. So this is our little Belle doll. She's complete. I know the hair was a little bit hard to see, so if you have any questions, please ask. And I hope you enjoyed watching and making Belle with me today. And please subscribe, and I will see you next time. And thank you for watching. Bye.